the silent chambers of a focused mind, where distractions are repelled and emotion is filtered through logic, lies the truth every Sigma male understands deeply. Emotion is temporary. Legacy is forever. In a world that glorifies the instant, the emotional high, the fleeting comfort of validation, the real ones, those who shape the course of history, are the ones who learn to rise above the moment, to endure the storm, not because they are made of stone, but because they are made of purpose. Pain, heartbreak, betrayal, failure, these are inevitable. They come for everyone, and emotions rise like waves, crashing without warning, dragging the undisciplined into depths of regret and inaction. But not the Sigma. He doesn't fight the wave. He learns to surf it. He allows emotion to pass through him, not own him. He knows anger is natural, sadness is valid, excitement is beautiful. But none of them are permanent, and none of them deserve to dictate the direction of his life. He stands tall in the storm, not because he doesn't feel, but because he has trained himself to not act solely on what he feels. He acts on what aligns with his mission, with his legacy, with his name that will echo far beyond his lifetime. While others get lost in pleasure, arguing over opinions, chasing trends, he is building, quietly, relentlessly, obsessively, he is building something eternal. Not for applause, not for likes, not for temporary clout, but because he knows this world doesn't remember emotions. It remembers actions, results, and the unshakable will behind those who refuse to be broken by a bad day, a harsh word, or a moment of doubt. Every emotion is a test, and the Sigma treats each one like a battlefield. Rage tempts him to react, fear tempts him to retreat, sadness tempts him to quit. But he remains still, calm, grounded, because he knows legacy isn't built in excitement. It's built in persistence, in showing up when it hurts, in pushing when no one claps, in choosing the long, hard path over the easy, emotional one. When others quit because they don't feel like it, he continues because he wasn't doing it for a feeling to begin with. He was doing it for greatness, and greatness doesn't ask you how you feel. It asks you who you are. Understand this. There will be mornings when your mind screams to stay in bed, afternoons when your spirit feels broken, nights when the loneliness eats at your soul. But those moments do not define you. What defines you is what you do in spite of them. Your legacy is the sum of all your decisions when no one is watching, all your actions when your heart wants to give up, all the times you whispered "not today" to weakness and kept moving forward. The world is full of emotional reactors, people who self-destruct every time they feel misunderstood, who destroy years of progress because of a temporary insult or setback, who throw away their future for a fleeting moment of comfort. But not you. You are not here to be a slave to your emotion. You are here to master it, to acknowledge it, process it, and rise above it. Because that's what kings do. That's what warriors do. That's what legacy builders do. Look around. Empires were built by men who endured decades of emotional storms without allowing them to derail their vision. Innovators rewrote reality not because they always felt good, but because they didn't let their feelings stop them from executing anyway. The Sigma understands. He can cry in silence, bleed in battle, suffer in discipline, but he will never quit. Because he knows every ounce of pain endured with purpose is fuel for a story greater than emotion, a story called legacy. And legacy is written by those who keep showing up, who choose principle over pleasure, who build silently while the world burns emotionally around them. While others shout and crumble under criticism, he thrives in solitude, perfecting his craft, letting success speak where emotion would scream. When he's gone, people won't remember what he felt. They will remember what he did, what he built, who he became, and the way he carried himself when everything inside screamed to collapse, but he stood anyway. Like a lion, silent but majestic, ferocious but focused, alone but never lonely. And that right there is the essence of Sigma legacy. It's not about being void of emotion. It's about being immune to its control. It's about channeling the fire of anger into focus, the weight of heartbreak into hustle, the sting of rejection into resilience. It's about learning that emotion is a guest, but discipline is the architect, and only discipline builds forever. Every legend you admire, they weren't emotionless. They were emotional titans who refused to bow to the moment, who sacrificed the now for the eternal, who bled and kept building, who cried and kept climbing because they knew legacy demands. Your soul and emotion only asks for your attention, and you must choose every day between the moment and the mission, between being controlled and being in control. And so, walk through life knowing this. It's okay to feel, but never let feelings steer the ship. Let vision steer it, let discipline drive it, let principles anchor it, and let legacy be your compass. Because when the dust settles and the world forgets the drama, the moods, the temporary distractions, all that will remain is what you did, who you became, and the fire you lit in others by refusing to be defined by anything short of greatness. Emotion is fleeting, but legacy is eternal.